Well, it's a twin-stick shooter with no sticks, and at times it runs at about 5 frames a second. You can reach your own conclusions about that. I'm just throwing it out there. It's Loaded! The original PlayStation. So this is a game from the mid-90s, and you can tell, not only in terms of the graphics and controls, but just in the way it revels in violence. See, back then, this whole notion of violent video games was kind of a new thing. There'd never been anything like Mortal Kombat, anything so unabashedly gory. And so in its wake, lots of games did the same thing. Loaded is obviously one of those games. Thing is, though, it's also not a very good game. I mean, Loaded certainly has its moments, thanks to some surprisingly solid gameplay, but the rest of the game doesn't fare quite as well. As a result, when you play it, it feels even more dated, because you get that mid-90s gore obsession, along with lots of the bad parts of mid-90s game design. Things like, wait, light? What do you mean light? It's the 90s, man! We don't need no stinking light! So let's start there, with visibility, because there fucking isn't any in Loaded. It's the same as driving down the road in the wintertime, but only scraping like half the ice off your window. And I know what you're thinking, oh, it's just gonna melt off anyway. But no, then you crash into a little old lady on her way to buy mothballs. Only you're the little old lady, Loaded is the car, and the mothballs are irrelevant. Forget the goddamn mothballs! Alright, so maybe it's not literally as bad as being hit by a car. Point is, there's too much wrong with this game to enjoy the ride. And to be fair, the biggest problem is one you can't really blame on the game. It's the fact that Loaded is a top-down shooter you play with a D-pad. That just sounds problematic. Turns out it is. I mean, the game does what it can with it, but it's really just a bad setup from the get-go. So you have to press a button to shoot, and you always shoot forward, so you're aiming and walking simultaneously in 4 directions. See the problem? It's never as simple as aim at the bad guys. There are times you just can't aim at the bad guys without moving into position. And when those bad guys are this fast, that's problems on top of mothballs. Now, I will say this, these kinds of top-down shooters are inherently fun, so there's definitely some redeeming qualities to Loaded. I mean, it looks awful, but I mean, it has some fun themes. You know, psychopaths tied up in straitjackets burst from rubber rooms and try to headbutt you to death. You can get in these sewers that are just crawling with monsters. I mean, the gameplay and the levels are repetitive, but the themes are interesting enough. And of course, there's local multiplayer, which is always great. Loaded is one of those games it's really a victim of its own age. You know, a lot of games from this time period have aged well. This is not one of them. It can be fun in short bursts, but you know, anything more than that, Loaded starts firing blanks. Big thanks to our friend Thor from Birmingham, England, the birthplace of heavy metal, for sending it in. Actually, if you play this while listening to Black Sabbath, it's a lot better. Then again, so are most things. Freaking war pigs, Luke's mothballs.